Merry Vlogmas, day 5. So the shirt I'm wearing today is one that my daughter and I made several years ago. We do Christmas pajamas every year, and this was actually a shirt that we were pairing with the Christmas pajamas. So this year, the Christmas pajamas were actually a shirt and sweatpants. They weren't actually pajama bottoms. And what she did is she just ordered these little decals off of Amazon, and they ironed on. So they were just a cute little snowflake. And this shirt that she ordered, I'm sure it was on Amazon, but I don't know, I don't have a link or anything, but it is so soft and so comfy. And today the high is going to be in the high 70s. So I needed a cooler shirt today than what I had on yesterday. So this is my spot in our house that I like to do hand crafting work. I'll do hand sewing or crocheting or knitting or whatever I'm working on here. And then directly across from me is the TV. And you can see scrunched next to me. Hey, Pearl. Pearlie, can you say hi? Pearl, can you say hi? So this is Pearl. This is our miniature Australian Shepherd. And then this one over here is Dooley. So they're usually right on my lap or right next to me or whatever they are. Leroy, the puppy, went out to the man cave with my husband so that he wasn't getting into any trouble while I was filming this right now. So last night after the Christmas party at my quilt guild, I cut up a bunch of fabric and sat down and watched a Hallmark movie. Now, this time of the year, I love to watch Hallmark movies. I usually don't watch them much during the regular season, but during Christmas season, I always watch them. And I don't start watching them until after Thanksgiving. And so what I do is I will tape them and then just watch them whenever I feel like it. So the project I'm working on today is another decoration. So we moved into this house a little over a year ago, and last year at Christmas, I just quickly put up the decorations I had. I didn't worry about making sure everything was just perfect and decorated. Whenever you move to a new house, adding decorations is always an adjustment. So where you're gonna put them, what you need to add, what you need to delete, etc. So this house, I had a few spots that I wanted to add some decorations. So one of the things I'm gonna make is called a rag wreath, and it's just made out of strips of fabric. And I watched several YouTube videos on making rag wreaths to figure out the best way to make them. So what I did is in my rag wreath, instead of just fabric strips, I like to have a little extra texture. So if you can see here, I have tulle, red, green, and white tulle strips that I cut. I have a little bit of lace right here. And this fabric here is actually flannel. And I cut it up from an old flannel sheet. So it's gray and white flannel that has a snowflake on it. And then the red fabric, here's a good picture, has a little bit of gold glitter in it. And then here's just a plain green fabric. So I didn't love this green fabric, so I thought this will be perfect to cut it up and use it in a rag wreath. So how I cut my strips. So first off, the tulle, I didn't cut it all. I just left it on the roll and I cut it as I'm using it. If I were to cut that, it would just make a big pile of mess. So I didn't even cut that. I have my scissors and my tulle, and I keep it on a little ottoman right here in front of me. So the red and green fabric, I cut 3 inches wide and 8 inches long. You could cut it how you want. What I'm doing with my 3 inches for each one is I'm folding it in half because I want it to be red on both sides when I tie it. If I didn't fold it in half, when I tie it, you're gonna also see the side that doesn't have the red on it. And because I'm mixing white in there, I really didn't want the white side, I just wanted the red side. So I did 3 by 8. You could do 3 by 9. If you didn't want to fold it in half, you could do 1.5 by 9, but I wouldn't go smaller than 8. 8 is kind of a tight tie, so I would definitely do 8 or 9 inches long. So I'm going to show you. I got probably a good half of this done last night, and then I worked on it some more this morning. And the way I tie it, if you can see in the back, is this wreath form has 4 rings. See that? So I'll do 2 here. I go across 2 of them here. Then I do 2 here, and then I do the 2 in the middle. So if you can see the ties, it's here, here, in the middle, here, here, and then in the middle. And I'm trying to alternate my colors. Sometimes I might have 2 reds together or 2 greens together, but I definitely am trying to alternate so not all the red is on the inner ring and all the greens on the outer ring, etc., or the white in the middle. So you definitely want to mix it up so that you get this kind of a look. Now my rag wreath, the pieces aren't very long, and I have been trimming up the tulle as I go along just to make it a little bit even with my fabric. I think this would be really cute with burlap added in. You could also add some little embellishments if you've got like little ornaments you want to put on it, but I'm just going to leave mine exactly like this. I'm not going to add in anything else, any kind of charms or embellishments. I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I tie it. So all I do is fold it in half, and I find my spot, and this one is going to go in the center, so the center too. Okay, and then I'm going to lay it flat to tie it. Remember, the 8-inch, it is a snug little knot, so definitely wouldn't go any smaller than 8 inches. And I don't know about you, but it was kind of nice for me to split it up over 2 days. My fingers were getting pretty tired by the end of the night because I was pulling these knots pretty tight. I want this wreath to last for years to come. It takes a couple days, a couple evenings to make it. I'm not going to throw it away. I want it to last. So you can see here my little knot that I made, and it's not super big, but I'm going to push it down. And now what I do is I add a red tulle. So wherever I have a red fabric, I have a red tulle. Wherever I have the green fabric, I have the green tulle. See that? And then wherever I have the white flannel from the sheet, the white and gray, I add a white lace and the white tulle. Okay, so I'm just kind of keeping a grouping of 2 or 3 little pieces together for making my my little color section. Okay, so I'm just going to keep adding, alternating my colors. Next, I'm adding my tulle. So remember, I said I did not pre-cut the tulle. I just kind of grab a piece, tie it on, and then I trim it when I'm done tying it. So I have a pretty good pile of tulle scraps that I have to clean up when I'm done. And even my lace, I cut a little bit longer than the 8-inch, so I kind of trimmed that up. So you can see here's my tulle, right like that. And I'm just gonna trim it to even it up with the rest. This one looks like it could get a little trim too. Okay. All right, so while I finish this up real quick, there's not too much left to do. I was going to ask you how you're doing with your Christmas preparation. So I have most of my shopping done. I have a little bit more to do for my husband. He's always the worst because he tells me he wants something and then he says he has to think about it. The girls always just tell me what they want, send me a link, I order it. Pretty easy for them, and then they tell me what their spouse or Claudia for her boyfriend, what they want, and I order it. And they know to get that done pretty early on because I like to get my Christmas shopping done pretty early and not wait till the last minute. It makes me kind of crazy when things don't come in on time. So the one thing I have not even started on is Christmas stocking stuffers. I got one little thing for it, but that's it. So I really need to get working on Christmas stocking stuffers. So what all do you do for Christmas stocking stuffers? Now keep in mind, I have a 23-year-old daughter, a 27-year-old daughter, a 30-year-old son-in-law, and a 25, I believe, my daughter's boyfriend, and then my husband and myself. And usually whatever I get, I'll just go ahead and get some of that same item and give it to my husband and say, here you go. When you need a stocking stuffer, you can stuff it in my stocking as well. I know that's kind of silly, but it helps him and he doesn't seem to care. Some years he does go out the night before or the day before to like Walgreens, and you end up with some crazy stocking stuffers. So that's why I just go ahead and order it. I do have some Christmas hand soap from Bath and Body that I might put in their stockings. I used to put like some money or gift cards, but because we're playing a couple Christmas games, the money and gift cards are going to go in those games instead, and I'm going to be making a video to show you what Christmas games we're going to be playing this year. So I'm having a hard time with those stockings. One thing I was thinking about ordering is I love, love, love this goat milk soap that I buy off Etsy. It just has made a world of difference for my skin. I have really sensitive skin, so I have to be super careful what kind of soap I can use. And because otherwise I break out. And it is wintertime in Texas, even though it doesn't feel like it. And it is a little bit more humid right now. But when it's dry, I like to use that goat milk soap because I feel like I barely even need lotion because it makes my skin so soft. It's just crazy. I've never been such a big fan of goat milk soap until I started using it on a daily basis, and now I absolutely love it. So I was thinking about buying everybody some goat milk soap and putting that in their stocking. I know so far all I have is soap. So I'll probably add some candy. Sometimes I'll get like a small candle. All the kids like candles. I'm just not sure what else to put in their stocking. So please, if you have any ideas, comment below and give me some ideas of what to put in their stocking, okay? All right, I will be back in just a minute. I'm almost done with the wreath to show you the finished product. But my key takeaways on this, for at least for the type of wreath that I enjoyed, is texture. Use some different textures, some fabric that's cotton, some flannel, some tulle, some lace, and I just think it makes a really cool wreath that way. All right, I'll be right back when it's all finished. Hi y'all, I'm back. So just a couple of things that I forgot to tell you at the beginning is I am using this Wreath Form. I don't know if you can see that. So it has the 4 little sections and it's an 18-inch wreath form. The spot that I'm hanging this does not have a huge wall, and I'll show you in just a minute. So I wanted to use something just a little bit smaller. I ordered this off Amazon. It came 3 in a pack. I'll put a little price up here to let you know how much they were. So 3 little wreath forms. I know you can get these at Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby, anywhere else. That's my Christmas clock going off. It plays a little Christmas music every hour. My family used to drive them nuts. So I was mentioning how this red fabric, I cut 3x8. The green fabric, I did the same. I did 3x8 for that as well. But the flannel, I didn't really care if the flannel had the white side showing or the silver snowflake side showing. So I did not cut that where I had to double it, and it had a nice thickness anyway. So this is only 1.5x8. The lace, I just kind of guessed at that. I folded it over and cut it on the seams. So it's a little bit longer than 8. It might be like a 9-inch length, and I do trim that up as I put the lace on. So I just happened to have a lot of rolls of lace that I had got like at a garage sale or something one time. And so that's why I thought, oh, that would look really cute in the wreath. All right, so that's my dimensions. I used my rotary cutter and just zip, 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 snip, and cut it all up. And then sat here, like I said, watched the Christmas movies, and here's my finished wreath. Okay, I'm gonna hang it on the wall, and I'll show you what it looks like on the wall, because we have kind of a taupey color wall, and I think it's gonna look really cute on there. So I'll be right back and show you the finished wreath on the wall. Okay, so here's the spot that it's gonna go. So one of the things that I really like to do when I'm decorating for Christmas is I take down the current decorations. So when we were first married, I didn't do that. I used to just put the decorations up around my current decorations, and the house gets so busy. It gets really busy with the Christmas decorations anyway, but it got really busy without taking anything down. So here's the cross that I normally leave up there. I'm gonna take that down, store it away in our attic until after Christmas. And then here's the wreath that I'm just gonna hang right there in that spot. And it's a perfect size spot for the wall. See how cute that looks? This is my first rag wreath, and I think it turned out really, really cute. So next up on my agenda today is decorating the Christmas tree. I have the whole house decorated. I've got about 2 other projects that I'm working on making to finish up a couple other areas that I'll make a video on those 2 projects to show you how else I'm adding a few more decorations to our house this year. But I'll be decorating the Christmas tree, and I'm gonna show you that so that you can see some of the really cool ornaments that I've collected over the years and that my mom has collected for me over the years. So stay tuned for the next Merry Vlogmas video decorating my Christmas tree. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.